And welcome back to Later Today. You may have seen our next guest last night in the television movie Tuesdays with Morrie. He also starred as a cameraman tracking the monster in Godzilla. And as the hilarious houseboy, who could forget this, opposite Robin Williams and Nathan Lane in The Birdcage. Well, now actor Hank Azaria joins an all-star cast in the Tim Robbins' highly anticipated Cradle Will Rock. Take a look.
That's what my play is about. You know, Cradle Will Rock is about prostitution. Prostitution of education, prostitution of the press, prostitution of the courts, and most important...
What's 29? No.
Most important for you and me, Orson, prostitution of the artist. Where do you draw the line?
Where do you draw the line? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hank Azaria.
Hello. Hello. Hi. How you doing? Thank you.
Welcome.
Nice to see you. Hi there. We're all over there.
I know, it's kind of goofy.
Yes. Don't make any weird faces behind me or anything, please.
You have a lot of fans in this audience. They've been talking about you for the last hour, and they're
Have they?
finally, yes, excited that you're here. Cradle Will Rock, an amazing movie that you're in. It's just fascinating. I saw it and I thought it was wonderful, and you in particular were wonderful.
Thank you.
Amazing cast: Susan Sarandon, as I said yourself, Joan and John Cusack, Bill Murray, Vanessa Redgrave, and it's sort of a tapestry, a weaving together of different stories about people who are standing up in the face of censorship. That's my take on your movie. Tell me about why you decided to do it.
I'm a huge fan of Tim Robbins, who wrote and directed it, and he called and said, would you like to do it? And actually, he called and asked me if I played piano and sang, and I was very disappointed, and I said no, and it seemed like that was going to be it. And then he called back a couple of weeks later and said, well, you can learn to fake piano, and composers never sound that great anyway when they sing, so as long as you can pass.
Well, you did a good job because you had to sing in the movie.
Yeah.
Did you have a coach? Did you work
I
with a
did.
coach?
Well, you know, someone who helped me anyway to sound presentable enough.
Oh, see, I thought you could play the piano and sing, so
No.
you fooled me.
I can fake it now amazingly well.
For your next role. Well, tell me about the role you played, Mark Blitzstein, the composer who really revolutionized American theater music.
He really did. This is it's mostly true, this story, The Cradle Will Rock. Tim has woven some fiction in there to tie it all together because he's taken on a lot of subjects. Blitzstein is an amazing composer who his direct descendants are, he directly influenced Leonard Bernstein, and using popular music as a form of satire and social commentary he was the first one to ever do it. I mean, there was a great article, I think, by David Schiff in yesterday's New York Times about Blitzstein's musical legacy, and he's quite forgotten, which is one of the nice things about this movie, is that he's very fondly remembered. And this movie takes on a lot, you know, it's hard to talk about this movie because it almost sounds like it's going to be boring. It's about art and politics in, you know, the Depression era in New York, but it was a fascinating time, and Tim manages to make it very dramatic and very, very interesting.
He really does. It's very compelling. At the end of the movie, you know, I even cried in that scene at the very end when all the actors are standing up.
Very moving, and that was a true story, and that was an amazing thing shooting. It's hard to describe the scene without having seen it, but we had to pretend that we were doing a very spontaneous performance in 1937, mimicking what happened back then. And Tim set it up like a genius. We were at the Brooks Atkinson Theater in New York. He filled it with extras who had no idea what they were about to see. Just told them, this guy's going to get up and sing a little bit. And then actors started standing up next to them out of the audience, much to their surprise, and joining the show.
It was great. It was a great scene. The whole movie was wonderful. Let's go back in history a little bit, shall we?
All right.
And talk about your blockbuster, Godzilla, and then The Birdcage.
My blockbuster, yes.
That's right, it was your movie.
Thank you. Yes.
And The Birdcage, which everybody, as you probably heard before you came out, just loved that scene. The Guatemalan houseboy, Agador, I think? was the voice?
Agador.
Agador, thank you.
Yes, baby. Get it right if you're going to say it.
I can't help it. Every time I think of that scene, I just crack up laughing, so thank you for doing that for me.
You're welcome. That was just for you.
Thank you. Now, the funny thing about your voices is that some people know this and some people don't. You actually do the voices in The Simpsons, 3 of the voices for that matter.
More than that, actually.
You do more than 3? I thought it was the 3 that we're seeing right there.
Well, they are, yes. Those are my main guys right there. There's Mo the bartender. How you doing? There's Apu, the quickie mart attendant, looking a little bit, he looks a little bit crazy in the picture you have of him there. And Police Chief Wiggum, Chief of the Springfield Police Force.
That's funny.
You do a lot of other guys too, but those are like the main people.
That's right. And something else that's main in your life, Helen Hunt.
She's my main squeeze.
Your main squeeze, honey.
That's right.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you
guys
very
were
much.
married 6 months ago.
Like 5 months ago.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Beautiful, wonderful bliss.
Yes.
Yeah,
You've
in a
said it very
nutshell.
well. Yes, yes, and yes.
Okay, and one last thing about Tuesdays with Maury. Great
Yeah.
job last night.
Thank you very much.
You learn anything from doing that?
Oh, a lot. Yes, I hope people saw it or read the book, or do both. It truly is a transformative experience. And working on that project, getting so into that material, I learned a lot doing it. I really did.
Well,
from Jack Lemmon
congratulations.
and from the book.
Congratulations
Thank
on the
you.
movie and all your success, Hank. Thanks so much
Thank
for coming
you.
in today.
Thank you. Nice
Your
to see you.
pleasure. You too. And we'll be right back after this.